welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. I truly understand the importance of time and I value yours. So, for that, I won't take much of it. I'm going to jump right into it. I know you're wondering the thumbnail, right? That's what probably brought you here in the first place, making mental health easy. What did I mean by that? Well, before I even get into what I meant by that, let me get into the whole reason I'm making this video. I feel like it needs to be made. We're in a space now where we're talking about mental health way more than we've ever spoken about it before, especially in the states, which is great. This is a place for us to be. Um, so what do I want to do? I want to keep encouraging that. A lot of times it's a heavy lift for us, though. When I say it's a heavy lift, it's because people don't know where to start. Um, for a number of reasons. It could be fear of what someone else is going to say. It can be insecurities. It can be just not really identifying that they're in a space where they need help. So, with that being said, I won't go into full depth of that. I will definitely get through that with more videos. But I just wanted to speak to this right from the start. So I think the first thing is being able to lift the stigma surrounding mental health. That alone cripples us from being able to move forward. The fact that someone doesn't want to get help because they're worried about what someone may say about it, or um, them being viewed in a different light. That's a problem in itself. And it's so many things that we can talk about, and I will talk about. I just won't do it all in one video. Again, I told you I value your time, so I'm not going to take much of it. But I feel like this is stuff that needs to be said. For example, um, if we feel like we need help, but we're used to uh, a parent or a close family member saying negative words that has anything to do with mental health, and we've grown up around it, it's hard for us to feel comfortable to say, "Hey, this is what I need," because you've heard this, you've been conditioned that it's something that's a problem. That's for those individuals over there, right? Those individuals are us. And I think we have to find a way to identify that it's okay. Meanwhile, if someone's sick and physically have any other ailments or disease, that's accepted, right? It's accepted if you hear that someone has any major disease. You hear it and you're like, oh, it's unfortunate they're going through this, right? But we don't get the same um, leniency when it comes to something related to mental health. So we definitely have to lift the stigma of that. Starting with our environment, where did this start? Again, it could have started at home. It could have started um, from some of the things we've seen. It could have started from even hearing our mom, dad, uncle, cousins, whomever, saying that, oh yeah, that person's crazy, or you know, I, I can't believe they did this, and whatever. If you're constantly hearing uh, things of that nature, right, just ringing in your head over and over, then you start to believe it, even if you don't realize it. It's embedded in you. So when you see something similar, you automatically take on, um, whether it's your thoughts or not, whether it's your feeling, you take on what you've heard uh, previously over the years, and we kind of have to break through that, and we don't realize it. Again, it's almost like a brainwashing. It's not that they meant to do it, but that's actually what's happening. So we have to find some way to break that. That's the first piece. The other piece is knowing that everyone goes through something. Everyone goes through something. And it's how we show up that makes a difference, right? So let me move along a little faster, because what I want to do is uh, let you understand that this video was for everyone. And when I say everyone, I'm saying if you clicked on this video and you don't like the way that I sound, you don't like the way that I look, whatever that is, know that you can learn and pick. You can grow from everyone, even individuals that you may not be connected to. And I'm hoping something that I say to you is going to help you and or someone close to you, uh, because it's okay. We share a common commonality, and that common goal or that common ground is that we are human. And as a human, we all go through a number of things, and many of them are alike. All right, so with that goal, let's speak about things like one, videos are my thing. It's just nothing that I was like, hey, I want to do videos, yada, yada, yada. That's not a thing for me. What is a thing for me is being able to help someone and let them know that they're not the only one going through something, um, which is where I'm going to roll into where the thumbnail was, the mental health made easy. What I mean by the mental health made easy is how we show up for it. It's a heavy lift at times for a number of reasons and obstacles. But made easy is, and this is what a lot of what my channel will be about, is just going through life obstacles, right? Life challenges. And how do we deal with those things? People don't realize how much your mental health has a lot to do with that. So I want you to be able to understand that we show up based off of, and we get through things or not get through things based off of our mental fitness. So with that, I want to talk about even being in an uncomfortable space. Videos aren't my thing at all, but I've used YouTube for years. And when I say use it, it's basically my university, my YouTube university. Um, haven't graduated yet, and I don't think I ever will, because I'm going to be a student of life. Like, I'm constantly trying to grow and just be a better individual. But we'll get into that too, because I actually have plenty of videos for that. But mainly, I want to give back. I feel like I've gotten so much from YouTube. It's only fair for me to actually give back and hopefully be able to help, um, even if it's a handful of individuals. Then I'm giving back. So that's my main reason for even getting started on the channel in the first place, is being able to give back. And then on top of it, I wanted to give back in a space for something that meant something to me, and that's trying to help lift the stigma of mental health, and anyone that wants to get assistance in that space, and even understanding it, right? And that's still something that I'm going through and trying to learn and understand myself, what that looks like. So hopefully you guys can come on a journey with me at the same time. Like the thumbnail, making mental health easy. What does that mean? I want to create a space here that is no judgment, a space with where we can laugh, joke. You can be yourself. You can say whatever you want. You can ask questions. Um, we can figure out answers together. If we don't know what that looks like, we can figure out help resources. Um, we can be emotional, almost afraid to say vulnerable, not because I'm afraid to be vulnerable, but I'm afraid to lose any viewers that's afraid to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. And I'm talking to my guys out there, I'm talking to my gals out there. We can make it comfortable in a safe space for you to be vulnerable. And it's very important that we get there. I won't get deep into that now, but it's important because we don't realize how much that impacts how we show up, or how we don't show up, because we're unable to be vulnerable. So um, let me throw the caveat in there. I don't want you to feel like you can, and we're going to be vulnerable here, but I don't want you to feel like I'm just telling you to go out there and just throw your emotions out to everyone. And I'm not saying that. We still have to protect ourselves, just like you wouldn't go somewhere that you feel is a dangerous place and just walk around with, whatever in your pockets, or let people know that, hey, I'm a target. I mean, you wouldn't do that, right? Nor am I asking you to do that in this space. I'm just saying I want you to be more aware of yourself and be able to actually allow your emotions to release, because if not, building that up actually causes physical problems. Like the more you keep emotions in, the more you're unable to be vulnerable or to be able to speak and to say your truth on whatever that is, the more it actually causes physical problems. So many things I want to talk about with this, and I hope you guys will help and join in and bring me whatever topics as well, bring other topics to the table for us to talk about. But I'm really looking forward to that. So, made easy, mental health made easy. I think it can be if we make it that, right? If we make it so that it's not taboo to speak about, then it won't be. That's literally as simple as it gets. We say we're going to show up, we're going to say that this has been a problem for me, or for a family member, or for a friend. Um, and I would love to understand uh, how I can support, or how can I get support. And it's okay. It's it's also okay, and I want to put this out there. If you're in a great space, that's excellent. If you're in a great space, if you've done other work, even if it's personally or you've gotten professional support. Uh, Let me talk about this professional support, and I'll go over this. my mom, my mom has passed away. It's been a couple of years now. Love my mom to death. Love my mom to life, and um, fond of many memories on just growing up and just things she used to say. And one of the things she used to say was, keep your business out of the street, right? So that was translated to me as, you don't tell anybody anything about what goes on in this house, right? Like this is how, whatever we have as issues, concerns, what, no one else needs to know what's going on here. And that's mom's old school. She was from, um, you know, down south, and she grew up in a certain way. And so some of that stuff just bled in her parenting, right? So with that being said, it took a long time for me to feel comfortable even talking to a therapist. For years, for years. I remember uh, I had an ex that we were going to get married, right? And it didn't happen, but we did like a premarital uh, counseling, and I fought nail and tooth. I was like, no, there's no way. You know why? Because it kept ringing in my head. Keep your business out of the street. So again, bringing back how family, friends, we don't even realize it. Again, I didn't put those two together until years later. But the reason why I was so hesitant to getting help, and that was just assistance in trying to make a better relationship, right? Trying to show up for my partner, um, was because that kept echoing from what my mother said. So just letting you know, everyone can be impacted by those things, and that's just one example of what that is. So I did mention I value your time, so I am going to wrap this up for you. And I appreciate you if you've been here for this period of time. Thank you for even listening. I really hope you were able to get something from this. Know that this will be only one of many um, videos, and I really am looking forward to doing a number of things on here, like just again, life challenges, um, just going through some things that we can talk about that's all linked to mental health. So it won't just be one specific topic. I want it to be light. It may be heavy at times, but know that we can get through this together. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And again, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to connecting with you again soon. You take care.